What's up? Listen, y'all, I was supposed to come back this weekend. I did not. Anyway, I am back. Y'all, I was finna read y'all the wrong notes, okay? Um all my notes, y'all, I'm about to hold on, y'all work with me. Okay. Y'all, we gonna talk about the best man, the final chapter, season 1, episode 2, or chapter 1, or whatever they want to call it. Episode 2, the wedding. Listen, if y'all have not watched it, I really need y'all to watch it because it is a good one. Okay, but I like that movie anyway. Plus, and the shows, but y'all really gotta go on Peacock and watch it. Okay. So listen. Before we start, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Let's get these thumbs up. Just put me out there. And listen, I know I put it on my comments, my community board, but listen, shout out to the 104, y'all. Listen, I think I'm all that, okay? Because y'all made me all of that, okay? That's me being happy. So y'all, I got my camera set up a little different. Well, not different, but y'all, I be trying to hide my little job information, my little job and stuff, and all of that. Trying to hide my little shirt. So I just thought I'd say that. Anyway. So y'all, the episode starts with, y'all know Shelby had already arrived at the resort talking about some Juliet. Girl. Talk about, hello, Quentin. Listen, so, what's her name? Robin tells Shelby, wow, how was your flight? And Candace said, how'd you find us? And Shelby said, I'm very resourceful. Jordan says, I told her not to come. She said, you're doing the most even for you. Candace says, and I'm here for it. Y'all, because let's call it a thing. Quentin is not himself. Q is not himself. Okay? Listen, I like Xiomara, but she just don't fit in. She is not Shelby. She not Shelby. Okay? So, Shelby said, get your popcorn ready. And y'all, she walks off. Goes speaks with Jasmine about a room. And girl, I was like, now you know. And knowing is half the battle. So anyway, Quentin panicking to Harper, telling him, you got to get her the F out of here. And so Harper says he can't. She's a handful. So Shelby goes up to Quentin and said, there isn't any rooms available on this resort for me. And so Jasmine tells her and Quentin that she can make other accommodations. And Quentin was like, yeah, you can make other accommodations, but on another island. So while them two going back and forward, Shelby finally meets Xiomara because she comes up to Quentin and hugs him. You know how women do. I'm just saying, she had to come state claim, I guess. So she acts like she don't know Shelby's name. She called my girl Shelly. First of all, you know my name, which further lets me know you a little intimidated, okay? It is what it is. So, Xiomara tells Quentin, it's okay, let her stay here. And when you come to my room, you come inside. And she kissed him in front of Shelby. I was about to call her Shelby. Shelly. Xiomara kissed Quentin in front of Shelby, okay? And so, trying to hype everything up and make her mad. And so, they started arguing. After Xiomara left, Quentin and Shelby started to argue. But we all know what that was. That was that sexual tension. And Lord and behold, guess what they doing? Okay? So, in the next scene, we see Lance, and he's asleep. he's actually dreaming about Mia. And I think he tells Mia, I wish you were here. And they just having, a little dialogue. Shout out to Monica Calhoun for that cameo. I loved it. I love her. And so he goes over to kiss Mia. And when he comes back, he sees Jasmine. But all of this is just a dream. All of this is just a dream. And he wakes up, and of course he has another random woman in his bed. Y'all, I stopped counting after the last episode. Okay. So he gets up, looks out the window, and he sees Jasmine. And Jasmine is getting ready to go out on her run. But y'all, let me say this. I think in some ways, Lance sees Mia and Jasmine. There are those qualities that Jasmine had that resembles Mia. So, that's just what I see. Sorry about the noise, y'all. They just be doing the most on this little side of the road. Anyway, I can't wait to move. So in the next scene, Harper is on the phone with his publicist Stan, not editor, his publicist Stan, and Stan is getting frustrated because he's like, asking. He's telling Harper the movie deal isn't going to work right now. No. Let me say that over. Harper is on the phone with his publicist Stan, telling Stan that the movie deal isn't going to work right now because basically he wants to preserve his friendships. And y'all, I thought Stan was going to say F your friendships. I'm sorry. I thought he was going to say that. So Stan sends Harper the numbers that they're offering him, and Harper was like, whoa. Yeah, let's do, because listen, unfit, I get what Harper was doing. He, and he says later on in the episode that he doesn't want to be broke no more. He tells Lance that, but we'll get there. So, I get it. I truly do get it, y'all. This is a lot. It's probably way more money than he has made even when he wrote Unfinished Business. So this is like set for life. Like, really set him and his family for life, for a while. I wish sometimes that they could show us the amount, just randomly, just show us the amount. Anyway, Robin comes out of the room to tell Harper she's gonna go meet Savannah. Savannah was the woman on the island that owned the food stand, her and her husband. And so he tells her, well, aren't you on vacation? You were working? And she was like, no, I'm just going to go see the sights. And as I said before, Robin is actually literally taking the island in. She is taking all of it in. The food, the people, the water. She's actually she's actually relating to the culture and the people, and we've seen over time that she's never been able to relate like that. She just kind of came in, her and Candace came in, married into a friend group. Not really, and that's why those two are really close, but they came in onto a friend group. So it's like, I really don't have my own thing, and being here makes me feel like I have my own thing. That's just my personal take on it, okay? So in the next scene, Murch sees Candace at the table eating breakfast. He goes over to apologizes to her for obsessing about being the best man. He said that he wanted to be chosen best man because he missed the guys, and what used to be easy is now hard. And everybody know what that's like. As we get older, as our schedules change, our lives change, we start to evolve. It's hard for us to get with our friends and actually do those things that we used to do, because life is happening, and life is in a way, even if the life is good, sometimes you're so busy that we we don't have time for our friends, and it's not because we don't, it's just we have other responsibilities. And then sometimes it feels like our friends just fall by the wayside. So Murch actually misses being with the boys, sitting around playing spades and just chopping it up and hanging out and talking. So I get it. So Harper sees Murch talking to Candace. He comes over and asks him to take care of the entertainment for the bachelor party so he can keep an eye on Shelby for Quentin. And Murch jumped at the chance right after he apologized to Candace. But y'all know, yes, the apology was sincere. However, he still want that spot. He still want that best man spot. So guess what Murch gonna do? He gonna do all he can do to be that dude. Because if y'all notice, he said, that's what the kids say. I'm that dude. He's trying to be that dude. Okay? So, we get to Quentin. Quentin is mad because Shelby crashed his wedding. And so, he's with the guys. They all get massages. And so, Lance says, oh, okay. He was like, I'm done with her. And they looking at him like, child, please. Okay? So, Lance asked Quentin, he tells Quentin, he said, y'all been doing this situationship for about 15 years. He said, when does it end? So Quentin lies again and said, it ends today. But the only reason I would think it would end is because he's going to leave. I want to say in the last episode, he says that he's leaving to Tibet after, I don't know when, but he was supposed to be leaving in Tibet with Xiomara. I want to say it's between Colorado and Tibet. So that's the only reason it would end. Anyway, so Lance, if y'all notice, that's when Lance and Harper looked at one another and they just put their head down and kept getting their massage because they knew that Quentin was lying. Not Jordan. Lance is, not Lance. Lord, I'm sorry, y'all. Quentin isn't being honest with his feelings, and so is Shelby. They've created this unspoken relationship and nobody wants to be, because they both so tough, like, I don't know, they both one and the same, like they the same people, except he's a man, she's anyway. So in the next scene, Jordan and Shelby are talking, and Jordan tells Shelby she was shut down by Will. Shelby was like, girl, with that outfit you had on, girl, no wonder. And so Jordan tells Shelby she's playing a dangerous game, and then Shelby clocks Jordan and says, and you doing the same thing with Harper. And Jordan thinks Shelby is projecting. Now, Shelby might be projecting, but Shelby ain't lying. I still stand on that. Okay, I stand on that. Anyway, this is when both ladies run into Xiomara, and Jordan goes, because then the ladies have that little back and forth banter. So Jordan goes to the spot. She was like, I'm going to the spot. Shelby, behave. Okay. So Xiomara asked, how was your stay? And so Shelby was like, baby, my stay was good. I had a ball, okay? And I took full advantage of it. It's like, wow. She said she took full advantage of what Grand Spivey had to offer. And Xiomara says, it's funny that you mentioned the word balls because you had two of them in your mouth. I was like, oh, wow, okay. And so she called her out. She said, yeah, I know you slept with him. I know you slept with my man. She said, now, I got a question for you. Baby, how my wolf taste? Okay, y'all can really fill in the blank, okay? And Shelby was like her whole face just dropped, okay? And so Xiomara was like, oh, whatever, baby, I got to go. So she had to go get a colonic. I forgot what kind of colonic it was, but she had to go get her one, okay? So, in the next scene, everybody's walking to the beach. Everybody's going to the beach, and what's her name? Robin tells Harper, I put a little something in your drink. It's called a Mama Wanna. And so he said, Mama Wanna? She said, yeah. Cause when I need something about mama gonna wanna later, it's something to get him boop, boop, get him going, I guess. Get his drive going. Okay, for the night. So Lance overhears Robin tell Harper about the mama wanna drink. And so Lance also shares with Harper that he couldn't get it up. And Lance says, Harper says, that happens to the best of us. So Lance was like, not me, player, this is my first time. Okay. I don't know about you, but that has never happened to moi. Okay. So Lance was like, never? And he was like, I kind of called cap, but okay, whatever. So Harper was like, okay, I'm going to hook you up. I'm going to get you to drink. So at some point, Lance leaves. He doesn't go. He was headed to the beach with them, but then he's wanders off or whatever. But we don't see him wander off. We just don't see him on the beach. So everybody else is on the beach about to partake in the ashwagandha. Oh, girl, what is the name of this word? Hold on. Okay, so everybody getting ready to do the ayahuasca tea, drink the ayahuasca tea. And so the ayahuasca tea is just a plant-based medicine that will take each person on their journey. I was like, can somebody give me some ayahuasca? Okay, but please do, but don't. Okay. So they have a shaman coming to facilitate. And who's the shaman, you ask? Will. Okay. And the plant is supposed to reveal their inner truth. And so he puts the ayahuasca in everybody's cup. Everybody drinks the tea. And Jordan drank the tea and was like, Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, so we see Shelby drink her tea, and immediately we see that she's full of. I feel like that wasn't literal. I feel like that was figurative, because I think that she's not being honest with herself. She's full of it. She definitely wasn't being honest about Kennedy, which we all thought the stuff was going on with Kennedy, and she's not being honest in her feelings for Quentin. Anyway, so Jordan drinks the tea, and in her truth, we all know that it is revealed that she is overworked. She actually wants a man, and she talks about if she has 6 months to live, she had only 6 months to live. The one thing she will do is live because she's so overworked. Jordan has always been overworked ever since we seen her in the initial Best Man. Because remember, she was working for BET. Then she went to MSNBC, and she has had a great career. Don't get me wrong, she's had a great career, but she's always been overworked. So Merch drinks his tea and he's numb. He's really numb and he can't move. I really didn't know what that signified, but in this moment he's numb and he can't move. So Candace drinks her drink and she's tapping into her wisdom. The person that was talking to her was her, and I feel like that person was her wisdom parts of her, and her wisdom self was telling her to be wise and tap into natural and be a natural, because telling her she's a natural healer. So the ayahuasca had her thinking that maybe there is a plant-based way she can decrease the, not the mental, like those mental, like not PTSD, but more like anxiety. There is some type of plant-based CBD like plant that can decrease maybe learning disabilities, instead of all of those mental health issues. Instead of actually taking meds, there is something that's plant-based, that's natural, that can help. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, Harper drinks the tea, and we see him immediately typing like he on a typewriter, taking a paper, balling it up because it's not good enough. Because we see in this entire, well, you'll see it, Harper is hard on himself. Harper was hard on himself in all the rest of his, thinking that everything was good enough. Is this gonna work? But that's, he's good. He just want to be in another level. He wants to be taken seriously. He want to be away from that fiction type and go into something totally different. So he has been saying that since the last episode. So in the next scene, Lance sees Jasmine and he goes and joins her for a run. And then we get back to everybody on the beach. And in this moment, Quentin and Shelby still see each other, but there's still that frustration. Is at this point, it's not really sexual. It's more like, they clocking each other. So Shelby tells Quentin that he needs to keep it real. And he's mad at Shelby because she hasn't been honest about her feelings. And in this moment, I was like, yeah, them two really, really, they are two peas in a pod. Okay. So in the next scene, Lance goes on the run with Jasmine and he talks about Mia. He says that he can't do life without her. And Jasmine listens and also gives him some amazing advice. But okay, I'm sorry. In the next scene, Jordan and Candace both get clarity. Oh, no. That's just my notes. So my note says that Jordan and Candace gets clarity from the Oscawaja journey. I put in parentheses again. It makes me want to join. Okay. So in the next scene, Harper tries to talk to Quentin again about marrying Xiomara. Him and Jordan and Shelby knows that what he's doing is a mistake. Everybody else is like, we support you. And I think they support him, but Harper is the only one that's going to voice it. Harper and Shelby. And so Quentin was like, I'm following my heart, and my heart is with Xiomara. And I'm just looking at Quentin like, who are you trying to convince? You or everybody else? I think everything is whatever his dad, like the business. And, we know in this moment, Quentin isn't living in his truth, but I don't think he's ready to admit that he loves Shelby. Anyway, so in the next scene, we see Harper talking to Lance, and Harper's talking. And Lance actually likes, on the outside of those women he been sleeping with, he is actually liking Jasmine. And so now he's telling Harper that he's feeling stuff that he hasn't felt in a long time, which means the feelings that he once had for Mia, he's now seeing it because he likes Jasmine, but he's not admitting all of that. He's just telling Harper that he's in a different space. And I really believe that that's Jasmine. He really likes Jasmine. I think he thought that he wouldn't be able to like anybody, but Jasmine is, yeah, I like Jasmine. So then Harper talks to Lance about the movie. And so Harper is like, I'm not really sure if I want to do the movie, But Harper also says, I don't want to be broke either. And Harper says he also doesn't want to sell out. So in that moment, Lance actually encourages Harper to do the movie, and even on behalf of Mia. So I thought that was really, really good. So y'all, we get to the bachelor party. Okay, Shelby ate this bachelor party. Okay, so first of all, Merch Julian brought in the strippers, and so I think it was the big booty buck strippers, and he did like this and hit the stripper in the nose, and it was just all a mess. It was a mess. And so Candace came and was like, attention, be prepared to be blown away. I was like, girl, what are you doing? And so they opened the screen back. It was Shelby. When I tell you, y'all, Shelby ate that dance number, and she did it to Jodeci, Freaking You. And I was like, yeah, Shelby, you better get it, Shelby. You better every freaking night, you know. And she tore that thing up. Okay, she did. She tore it up. She did an amazing job. Okay, hate if you will, but she did an amazing job. Okay, and so she left. She did what she did. Everybody was like, "Oh wow, damn, Shelby." You know, you heard all the oohs and the eyes or whatever. And at that moment, Quentin tells Merch that he was that guy. And he was like, I love you. And there was, to me, I felt like that was a part of him that just did not want to let this woman go. But he gonna go ahead and jump the broom. So in the next scene, we see Robin sitting out, looking at the water. She's sitting on a chair, in a lawn chair or whatever. And she's becoming one with Earth and Mother Nature. And I'm here, I keep saying that because there is a part of me that wants to be like that, like really go sit by some good water on an island and just breathe it in and take it in and just, you know, see what it all has to offer. You know, like not the little nasty dirty water. I mean, really take this stuff in some blue and green water and saying that stuff is calling my name. Okay. So, in the next scene, Harper, after Shelby finished, she goes up and texts Quentin and tell him to meet her. And so, Quentin, I suppose, gave the information to Harper. And Harper goes up and she's waiting for Quentin. She was like, well, Harper, what are you doing here? And so Harper tells Shelby, I booked the flight for you to go home. And she was like, I don't know why, because I'm not leaving. I'm not going nowhere. And so Harper tells her that she's embarrassing herself. And that's when, while he was telling her that, Xiomara shows up. And then Harper, he was like, y'all don't want me to stay. That was like, boy, bye. And he left. So Xiomara tells Shelby she's embarrassing herself and ask her to stop fighting because nobody else is fighting. And I'm not gonna lie, I felt bad for Shelby. I did, but however, let me say this: you shouldn't have never went after you was you was not invited in the first place. So I wouldn't have never went, you know. And let me say this: I find it very cowardly that Quentin didn't go to Shelby to tell her this. He uses and not technically use Harper, but in some ways you're using Harper to do your dirty work because you know how you feel about her and you're not ready to face that. It's easy for someone else to tell her on your behalf rather than you go and tell her yourself, because you know you're not done with that lady. That's just my opinion, okay? So we see Jasmine the next morning and she goes out on her run and she sees Lance out there waiting. And so she sees that Lance is kind of feeling her. So she admits to Lance that she's engaged. And he was really taken aback by that information. And so he tells her congratulations, and he goes ahead and gets on a run with her. Goes on that run with her. So this is the same morning. This is the morning of the wedding. Quentin is on a gazebo with his dad, and his dad is telling him that he has cold feet. And his dad was like, your mom also had cold feet too. And so he also tells him that he has hit the jackpot with Xiomara. But Quentin knows deep down that she ain't the one. Okay? She is a unicorn. And yeah. So Jordan and Harper goes up to Quentin and tell him that Shelby has left on an early morning flight to the airport. And Quentin was like, that's a lie. She didn't go. That's a lie. She didn't leave. And so he claims he don't believe her. So Harper already knew what time it was and offers to take Quentin to the airport to make sure she's at the airport, because we know, he knows, Jordan knows, Lance even knows that he not done with her. So Quentin goes into the airport. He sees Shelby, and he confesses his true feelings. Finally confessed his true feelings to her. Y'all, I really wish I would have wrote down that entire dialogue. But he was like, you're everywhere. She was like, I'm gone. He was like, you're not gone. You're everywhere. You're on my news feed. You're on the billboard. Friend group. She everywhere. She is everywhere. And so, she walks off. She was like, he laid it all out to her. He was like, get back here. Oh, Lord, look at this. Child, what we call here is saddlebag. It's turkey. What are you saying? I was just watching the Clumps the other day. Said saddlebag syndrome. Sorry. I'm gonna stop apologizing, y'all, because I be trying to be real funny, but it's just be stuff that be popping up in my little brain. Okay? My big brain. So, after he talks to Shelby, after him and Shelby get to a better place, it's like a total transaction. From the time he actually got to the airport to that time he got to the airport, this is when we see the Quentin Q showed up. Get back here. And they kiss. We flash forward to the wedding, and we see him and Shelby get married, because they are a match made. They are great for each other. As toxic as they was to each other, it has become, it's not even a toxic thing. These are two people who are truly in love. It may have started out one way, but it didn't end that way. So they asked what happened, what happened with Xiomara. Child, she took some sage, burned that villa, and left. Okay? So, everybody gave Harper their blessing. And Harper calls Shelby magical. I was like, okay. And Quentin was like, that she is. And you can see a total difference in Shelby from before up until now. Like, she can be who she's like, she can not put on so much, I guess, if that makes sense, y'all. So Shelby and Quentin goes to call Kennedy. And Kennedy was like, hey, Uncle Quentin, congratulations, because she has always known Quentin to be an uncle-like figure. And so Shelby then tells Quentin that Kennedy, he was like, I don't want to put too much on Kennedy. I just want to ease in being her stepdad. And so Shelby admits to Quentin that you're her real dad. And y'all, I told y'all we had called that since the last Best Man. And Quentin starts to cry, y'all. He gets really emotional. He doesn't get angry. He gets emotional, okay? I love Quentin because he's never letting anything, he lets everything roll off his back. He's so mild-mannered, but he stands on business. And he's very, very honest. Remind me of somebody I know, but he stands on business. He's completely honest. He says how he feels, and he's a good guy. He's a good guy. I love Quentin. He's probably he is the other honest brother on there, okay? They all are good people, they have their flaws. Anyway, so everybody's on a boat on a yacht, beautiful yacht, water, beautiful. The whole scene was beautiful. I listen, I love to see us living a rich life, okay? So Robin asked Harper about staying at the resort. She said she felt a connection with the people, and she don't get to feel that at home. And of course, Robin came into this friend group. Robin came into this friend group. I'm sorry, y'all. So Robin came into this friend group, inheriting friends, and I would say her true friend is Candace. So Harper hears her, but of course that's not what he wants. Everything is always centered around Harper, but he doesn't say anything. So I feel like Robin in that moment is trying to find herself. And so she gets up, and again, to me, Harper is truly safe. She just, again, she's one with the whole island, and she's really taking it in. So she jumps in the water, and to me, when she did that, it kind of felt like a cleansing, like a sigh of relief and a cleansing, and I'm home. Like, y'all, yes, that's something. I will say this: that is something that I wanted to feel. That is something that I have felt traveling to one place that I am hoping to make my home. And yeah, it felt like that, but I want more. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean to make this about me. I hope that makes sense to y'all. Anyway, so in the last scene, we see Jordan back at work. She's meditating, and she sees her cell phone goes off. She answers it, and it's her job. And they're asking her, "How do you feel about a vertical career move?" And that's where the episode ends. It's really good. Okay, it's really good. I enjoy it. I started episode 3, but then I stopped because I just wasn't feeling it. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish that real quick, and I will bring y'all episode 3 later. And I want to say Love and Hip Hop Miami comes on, so I'm hoping to give y'all both tonight. If not tomorrow, I'll figure it out. But the thing is, I'm trying to get to 100 videos before the new year, so I'm working on that. Anyway, don't forget again to like me up, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.